All right, good to see everybody. Appreciate you guys being here. A couple transactions we had. We signed DeAnthony Thomas to the regular roster. Michael Noah and Byron Marshall. Michael's a defensive end that was here in training camp. Byron's a running back to the practice squad. We waived Maurice Kennedy, and then we lost to Lance Turner. He was signed by the Dolphins away from our practice squad. So that's where we're at with that stuff right now. What questions do you have?
John, how do you envision DeAnthony Thomas fitting in? What do you guys like about him? I know he worked out with you rather recently.
Yeah, he's a good player. We played against him earlier when he was with the Chiefs. He's a wide receiver. He's a return man. He also plays special teams. So we anticipate him having, a lot of possibilities for roles on our team, and we'll see how it shakes out.
Do you anticipate him punt returning this week?
Yeah, as I said, we'll see how it shakes out.
John, Pat Ricard, I imagine you got here like, we could do some different things with him, but the way that he's evolved and to be so effective on both sides of the ball, you really think that was where he could get to when he showed up?
Oh, yeah, that was absolutely. I mean, once we saw him, and had a feel for what he was capable of doing, I'd say probably by the end of training camp the first year, we had a vision for him, and he's just done spectacular with it, and he continues to improve every area, and he's a valuable part of our team.
Coach, a lot of talk this week about Lamar Jackson, his athleticism, but what people aren't talking about is how he protected the football this year. Has that been a technique thing, a focus of his, or how have you seen him get better doing that?
Right, yeah, I think it's a process. It's obviously we've worked really hard at all the different ball handling aspects and whether it be run game, pass game, all those things. He's just improved, and not just him, but really our whole offense. It's obviously a team effort. Starts with the snap. Running backs are involved with that. The receivers, a lot of different things we do with motions and things like that are all part of it, and it's just part of the offense and working on that stuff every day.
John, Josh Bynes, I know you knew him already, obviously, but did you envision he could come in and have such a significant role, and how is he going about solidifying his defense?
Right. Well, Josh is a good football player, and he's a Mike backer by trade. He played the position all those years, so he brought a lot of experience to the table. He's still got it, physically. He's really the same player that he's always been. I think it's a tribute to him, that he is there and played good football for us.
John, Jimmy Smith has spent a lot of his football career rehabbing from injuries. Do you have respect for the work that he's done on the field and off the field, given his unfortunate injury? Absolutely.
Jimmy's, done a great job of fighting through those things. He's had some misfortune, with some of that stuff, and he's always done nothing but battle back. I remember the first year in 2012 when he had the injury, and him and I were battling it out back and forth about whether he was actually going to come back, and he fought through that then, with some encouragement. He'll tell you the story, and I think ever since then he's done nothing but, worked hard at all that stuff, and, yeah, it's commendable.
What have we seen from Ryan Finley on tape in the preseason game that you bought?
I've seen the tape. I've seen all the plays that he played, and we've looked at a number of college plays, and I'm not really feeling like giving the scouting report on him right now.
You just saw them a few weeks ago. Is that just the biggest difference, though, the change in quarterback? Anything else?
No, they make changes. I mean, there's a lot of evolution goes on, and you never know what you're going to get from one game to the next. I think the bye week is a big factor in that too. We've got to be prepared for anything they might do coming off the bye. So they're still playing very hard. They're a very physical team. Got to go to their place. They're going to get healthy. They're going to get some guys back, especially on offense. But also defense, too. They're adding the pass rushers coming back, and the corners could be healthy. So we'll just have to see how that plays out.
John, you mentioned the different circumstances from this game to the last time you guys faced Cincinnati. But would this offense prove anything different or prove anything new that it hasn't already if it had a good game against a team that it's already faced?
No, I don't really. I'm not really even following the question, to be honest with you.
I mean, just, there was the talk after the second game against the Chargers last season, teams adjusting to this offense the second time it's seen it, but.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I guess that's a benchmark then. That would be something that we would have to take into consideration. Probably should have thought of that. I mean, I realize we're playing them a second time, and we're trying to figure out exactly how they'll play us, in what way, and try to be prepared for that. So we probably are doing that without making the comparison to last year, which we were, loath to do.
How much have you guys changed offensively since that game earlier this season?
We change a lot every game. I feel like we have a system. It's a really well-built system, and we're very flexible within it. We do a lot of different things that You know, I think some people might notice what we're doing differently from one game to the next, but we change up a lot each game.
John, you mentioned about them getting healthier on offense. One of the guys, obviously, is A.J. Green. How much does that change the dynamic of having him come back possibly in this game?
Well, yeah, it's huge. I mean, their receiving core, and then you can put Tyler Eifert right in there with that, and C.J. Uzomah. They're both good tight ends who are pass-catching threats, especially Tyler. I mean, he's obviously a receiver in so many ways, but that's a great receiving core. You know, Tyler Boyd's a number one anyway, and then you put C.J. Or A.J. Green on top of that. You know, you've got two top players, and A.J. Green's one of the best in football. I think we've made an argument before that he's the best in football. He's been injured for a while, so it'll be his first game back in a while, and, you know, of course, it would have to be our game, you know. So, then they've got some other guys playing really well. I mean, it's Auden Tate from Florida State who did a heck of a job in college and was a you know, just a big possession receiver in college, is doing the exact same thing and even better in the NFL. So all the back shoulder throws, all the stops, all the fades, all the big body routes coming inside, he's done well with. And then Erickson's playing really well. He's running fast. He's really a fast receiver as a return guy. He's been really productive. All those guys, the receptions have been spread out in the last few games among those guys pretty much evenly. And then they add A.J. Green to the mix. So that's probably the biggest factor for us right now.
John, we saw a video of Marshall Yonda after the game lifting Eric DeCosta and throwing him around. Do you notice him maybe relishing this, enjoying it maybe a little bit more?
Yeah, he was relishing lifting Eric DeCosta and shaking the life out of him. I think he shook all the change out of his pockets, you know. It was fantastic. It was a double suplex wrestling move, you know, that Marshall's perfected. Eric's not really in his weight class. I don't know if you noticed that.
Well, on a large scale, does Marshall seem kind of rejuvenated?
I don't know. It's a great question for Marshall. He's not too good right now. He's sick today. He won't be practicing today. He's got something he caught from his kids the last couple of days, so he doesn't feel rejuvenated today. I know that.
How many years do you have to play before you're allowed to body slam the gym?
Very good point. You better be playing at a really high level, for sure.
Hey, John, you were given that Salute to Service Award in 2013, nominated again this year. Just your thoughts of the significance of that to you.
You know, it's a coincidence I have the hat on. To be honest with you, I didn't really realize that that was going to be part of the conversation. But the significance for me is just I don't deserve any kind of award at all. You know, I just think the organization does an amazing job. I had a chance because we live in this area to get to know and become friends with, you know, a lot of service members. You know, at all kind of different ranks. You know. We've got some great, you know, some high-level generals that are really good friends now, and some all through the ranks. You know, people that have come over here, people that we've visited with in the area, and just a lot of Gold Star families and things like that. And to me, it's you know, no one in our family ever served. You know, we weren't a family that has had that background, and yet have so much admiration for the people that make that sacrifice. You know, and the whole families that make the sacrifice, right? So that's who keeps us safe. Really, it's not a very nice world out there, and I think we should all, you know, be appreciative, right? Thanks. Well, is that it?
No.
Okay. No, Mike's got one more. Okay. Come on, Mike. That was a good drop the mic right there. We couldn't drop the mic because we got Mike, you know.
Besides changes in personnel in your secondary, what other improvements have you seen in recent weeks that have made you guys get better?
Defensively, well, you know, I think we've rushed the quarterback the way we've needed to in each of the last few games, the last 2 weeks especially. Two completely different types of quarterbacks, both in their own way, really good in the pocket. We've rushed them differently, you know, but well. I think that takes a lot of effort, you know, for those guys to do that, and it really does. It gashes you to rush those certain different kind of ways. You really kind of through linemen. I think just the communication. We've been able probably to, you know, start hitting our stride just a little bit with scheme, doing some different things, and changing up from week to week and getting it right. That's probably helped us. You know, we're gaining some experience working together. Probably a big part of it, and it's just week to week. I mean, we got to play good. We got to cover people. We got to stop the run. We got to be consistent with everything we do, and we're probably more consistent than we were early, I would say.
More versatile than even when the start of the season when you had all your guys healthy?
Well, we're more versatile, yeah, we are just because of the guys we've added. I think that's really added. I mean, we started off pretty healthy in the secondary, and that helped us. And then we got hurt, and then we got healthy again now. And adding Marcus Peters obviously has been a big plus for us.
All right.
All set. All right, great. Thanks. All right, have a good one. I'll see you guys.